Last week, I made a poll asking what your favorite super rare was, and out of the 5 that I listed, your favorite and most requested was UlforceVeedramon. So today, we're going to take a look at this deck. Let's talk about it. I think this deck is an incredible sleeper for the Set 1.5 format. I've spent some time testing and perfecting the deck because you guys really like UlforceVeedramon according to my poll. And it has a positive win rate against Red Omnimon, Rookie Rush, and Shinegreymon, which are your big 3 decks right now. This deck has positive win rate, and I'll explain what I'm doing with the deck that makes it so these positive win rates actually happen. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on to smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon deck profiles are uploaded. So let's get going with this. As typical, we will start with our babies. We're playing 4 Upamon as our main one in the deck. Reason we're doing this is because we're going to draw a card whenever we attack if they control Digimon with no Digivolution sources. You have a little bit of control in the deck, as we will see later on in the deck profile. But this Digimon always forces the opponent to play a little bit differently. They're usually not going to hard down play rookies unless they really need to, or champions or whatever, and then you punish them for it. Or they just build up stacks, and that's just how it is. Sometimes it's in your benefit just to have them build stacks, sometimes you get a benefit just having them draw. So it's good baby to have, love it, wouldn't change it. Playing the 1 Demi-Vmon, if you have jamming once per turn and attack, you draw a card. You can get jamming in this deck, there is some jamming action, so it's a one-of, it's okay, but this card is superior in this deck, in my opinion. Now, we're playing 13 level 3s, which is a little bit low, but I think it's okay for this deck. 4 Goblimon, on play, draw a card. Yep, it's good. 4 Elecmon, it's your 2 cost to play, really good. We're playing 3 of the Gomamon from Set 1, the one that's on the leash and gain a memory. Now, some of you might be looking at this as a weird choice, like, this was commonly played in Set 1, now you barely see it. I really like building the stack, giving me the option to have memory if I need it. Some of you may recall from the Mastermon deck profile, I played the same guy, you know, the one that gives you 1 memory, the purple one. Honestly, sometimes having something die with this as an inheritable, giving you that extra memory, helps you make the right push at the right time and can guarantee you game. It's just as simple as that. Also, building up your UlforceVeedramon stack, including this, it just makes it ever worse for your opponent to actually kill it. So, 3 of these are cool. I don't really need 4. I thought about dropping it down to 2, but I think 3 is the perfect number for now. The final rookie is 2 Vmon. This is not a Rookie Rush, Champion Rush deck, but we do have jamming as an option in the form of this if we need it. We don't need 4 of it because it's not the main theme of the deck. Also, we have a tamer that adds it to hand potentially. So I think 2 of it is a perfect number. I wouldn't change. But anyway, 13 level 3s. We can turbo through our deck. We have a lot of draw power in our deck, so I'm not concerned about this ratio. It hasn't actually screwed me over yet once. Sure, I've opened hands with no rookies, but those are games that are still winnable with the right combination of cards. So that's it. There you go. We play 10 champions, starting with the main one, Veedramon 0. In my opinion, I think this is the 2nd best card Digimon in the deck. You know, the one attacking is cool. You can trash the top 3 cards to get 2000 DP if you have a blue tamer in field. That's really cool. It comes up, you know, lets you beat over certain things. Its inheritable is where it gets nutty, though. It's not a once per turn. When you attack, you can return 3 cards from your trash to your deck at the bottom to draw a card. Non-Digi-Egg cards, so not these guys, but anything else. When you're attacking multiple times in a turn, the amount of advantage this gets you is stupid. Dumb. Absolutely insane. You're also kind of playing a big brain game when you're playing the Veedramon 0 combo here, because you're going to be milling a lot of cards at first. You might have a full graveyard. You might have 9 or 10 cards in there, whatever. But then you stack things the way you need to stack them, because you'll be turboing through your deck, and there's a very good chance that if you don't kill your opponent quickly, you might actually get to see those cards you put at the bottom of the deck because you're drawing so much. It's absolutely insane. So being able to reuse things like Hammer Spark or other cards you'll find in the deck profile as we go, you know, it's absolutely insane. So this is my favorite card, honestly, besides the main guy. I love it. So much advantage. Now, for a weird choice, 2 Veedramon, the secret rare from Set 1. We're only playing 2 because I don't find it as useful as Veedramon Zero. I think this card is infinitely better than this card. Being 3 cost to evolve is the biggest hindrance in my opinion, but we do play it at 2 because it is searchable, you need it for other plays down the road, and it has some good effects. You know, once per turn, if you have a blue tamer in play, you unsuspend it. This is actually a really good card against Rookie or Champion Rush, or any deck that's trying to do that to you, you know, as they play the game. They'll be attacking with things. They'll be attacking with cards like We Stop Fighting, whatever, to keep their stuff alive. You can punish them if you have 3 memory by evolving into a Veedramon and just swinging at them. Kill their creatures. Absolutely really good play. The Inheritable is okay. You know, you get 1000 DP if you have a blue tamer in play. It comes up, but if you can set yourself up with jamming, which you'll see down the road here in a second, not a big deal on this. So it does come up. Yeah, it's useful, but it's not a 4 of. Finally, 4 blockers, because you need blockers. Especially in an aggressive meta, you need them. That's it for level 6s. Level 5s, we play 8 of them. We play this Arrow Veedramon. This might be tied with Veedramon Zero as my second favorite card in the deck. It's really good. You need 4 of it. When Digivolving, if you have a blue tamer, you unsuspend 1 of your blue Digimon. That's good, right? I mean, if you have an UlforceVeedramon stack already and you can get this on the board and still like have a turn, even if you don't have a turn, standing your UlforceVeedramon so they can't attack into it potentially is really good. The Inheritable though is so much better than its on-Digivolve ability. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, it gains jamming for the rest of the turn. We're going to show you a wombo combo with this later, but jamming on your UlforceVeedramon is absolutely insane. Yup, really good card. Next up, we're playing 3 Monzimon. It's your 2 cost to evolve, and it's also 5 cost to play. I would consider playing a blue one that has 8000 DP, 7 to play, 2 to evolve, but really you just want UlforceVeedramon on the field. You don't really care. UlforceVeedramon is going to be your main attacker of the deck, so having a cheap one to play if you brick is fine. Our last one is a Zudomon, on play draw 2. Its Inheritable is also cool. If they have stuff with no sources, when attacking, gain a memory. So if you can stack this with an UlforceVeedramon and they have something with no sources, you're gaining a lot of memory. It's a really cool wombo combo. I almost want to play 2. Almost. I'm really tempted. It's the only change I'd consider making to the deck, and I would drop one of the Monzimons here to do it. So take that as you will. If you have 2 Zudomons, try it out, because I think it's going to be really, really good. I just never got around to trying it. That's how it is. 1 is fine, though. 1 is really good. You see it often enough, and if you don't see it, it's not the end of the world. That'll do it for our 5s. Our only level 6s are UlforceVeedramons, the main star of the show. This card was getting a lot of hype in Japan when it came out. It was really good. It's faded away since, but you know, this card is good for a reason, so let's actually talk about it now. So during your turn, if one of your blue tamers becomes suspended, you unsuspend this Digimon. Broken! It's not once per turn. You can just suspend your tamers and keep attacking. Really, really good, and we'll show you a wombo combo when we get to the tamers themselves. Its once per turn ability is cool. If it becomes unsuspended during your main phase, you gain memory. It comes up having that memory. You know, potentially having that with a Zudomon could be upwards of 2 memory for 1 interaction, which is really, really good. Now, I gotta show you the tamers to show you why this is really good. So to top off our Digimon count, we are playing 2 Omnimons. You know, if you have a full turn of attacks with UlforceVeedramon and then punish them later with an Omnimon, oh man, it feels so good. You basically auto-win the game. I can't really put it any other way. Having this Omnimon is really cool. Now we're going to take the Omnimons away and we're going to talk about the tamers and just how crucial the tamers are to the interaction of this deck and the combos. We are playing for Rina Shinomiya. I have no idea how to say her name. No clue. The on play is cool. You reveal 3 cards from top of your deck and you add a card with V in its name to your hand, put the rest at the bottom. So this can add Vmon, it can also add any of your Veedramon Digimon. However, if there's anything better than that, it's your turn ability. When one of your blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer to give that Digimon plus 1000 till the end of the turn. This card is the wombo combo card. If you have one of these, you have Ulforce, and you have this guy, here's the combo. You swing with your UlforceVeedramon. Before anything else happens, this tamer will activate. you will suspend this tamer to give this plus 1000. Now, still during your turn, before blockers are assigned or anything, you unsuspend this Digimon using UlforceVeedramon's effect. And sure, you're getting memory because it's the first time you're probably doing it. However, this kicks in and gives this jamming for the whole turn. So this first attack will go through, it'll have jamming, and then you can even attack again a second time. And then it just stacks up. And then it just stacks up based on the number of tamers you have, right? You can do this one at a time for each tamer you have. Get multiple attacks out. It's a lot of setup, which is why people really like Shinegreymon, because it's not as much setup on your tamers. It's not as abusive. However, when it gets off, it gets going. Oh man, it explodes all over your opponent. And you jam them. Really good. The only things that can really stop you are Gaia Force and sometimes Trump Sword. And maybe the other card. That's really it. It plays around things like Flower Cannon. It plays around things like Puppetmon. Oh man, it doesn't play around Positron Laser, unfortunately. But, you know, you take that where you can. So anyway, that's the combo. That's that. We'll put these away. We are playing 4 of it. It's always, you know, a +1 in a sense that it always gets you a Digimon. But, you know, this ability, this your turn ability is where this card really shines, in my opinion. Which is why I want to play 4 of it. Next, we're playing 4 of Tai Camellia V-Tamer. I absolutely enjoy this card. If you have a Veedramon in play during your main, you suspend it to either draw a card, broken, or one of your Digimon gets plus 1000 for the turn. But once again, if you have a Veedramon stack going on, you attack with it, and then you suspend this to do something, and unsuspend it, and go again. Absolutely insane. This gives you a lot of unnecessary draw power. You know, this should have been a once per turn card, but it's not. You know, it's dumb. It's absolutely stupid. So we play 4 of it. We play one more tamer. We play Matt Ishida. I chose to play this over Davis as our, you know, you get through memory at the start of each of your turn, because Rena does the same thing as Davis, and she's cheaper by 1, which is really good. Now this goes well with our Veedramon, and you can manually suspend it, which is a big plus because of UlforceVeedramon. And when you play a blue Digimon, you have to actually hard play it. You suspend it to trash a bottom card of one of your opponent's Digimon's Digivolution sources. You know, I got nothing else to say. It triggers the UlforceVeedramon to restand it if you need to. It gives you 3 memory at the start of your turn, so you can always evolve into UlforceVeedramon and play the game. So that's really good. Oh, yeah, so 9 tamers. These all activate from security. Every single one. Play them for free if they're in security. Really, really good. And to top off our deck, 4 Hammer Sparks. We have 13 cards in our deck that activates from security, and we all know how good Hammer Spark is. It lets you play the game on your turn if you need to, you know, make your plays more efficient, make your play a little more explosive, or could just shut down an opponent's turn potentially. We all know how good Hammer Spark is. That's all for the deck profile. This deck is insane. So now real quick, how to play against each of your matchups if you're playing against Shinegreymon. Shinegreymon has a lot of cards that activate when they have 3 security or less. And every time you attack them, you risk them flipping over a tamer, which makes your life just worse. So how do I play against Shinegreymon? You don't attack until you have UlforceVeedramon and some tamers. And then you go pew 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 pew. That's what you do against Shinegreymon. Go pew 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 pew. And you can even win in 1 turn. You know, that's just how it is. You start building a small board, and then you go all force, and then you have a few tamers in play, you win that turn. It's that simple. Also, it's not a bad idea to play from the breeding area, keeping this, you know, in the breeding area until you get your all force turn where you can explode. That's honestly okay too. Not really a big deal. And you can always get cheeky with Shinegreymon too if you're feeling good about it. You can always get a free attack in if you want to. You can bring them to 4 security. Yeah, if they have Lopmon, you might get punished for it, but it's okay. If you're playing against Rookie Rush, I actually have a perfect match win rate against Rookie Rush with this deck, believe it or not. It's really simple. You either attack their Digimon if they don't die, or you just hit them 10 million times with UlforceVeedramon. The fact that it's immune to cards like, you know, Puppetmon and Flower Cannon really help, and you're gaining memory. You know, especially if you have freaking the Zudomon stack going on too. Jamming isn't so important against Rookie Rush. So this is where this really shines. You're always getting memory. You don't lose the Hammer Spark, you don't lose the Flower Cannon. If you get Positron Laser, it's unfortunate, and that might cost you a game. But really, you just aggro them right back. Or kill their Digimon. You win. It's that easy. Finally, I would say that Red Omnimon is probably the hardest matchup for this deck. It's close to Shinegreymon. You have to play intelligently. Again, you might want to keep this in your breeding area so you don't get Blitzgreymon or Omnimon or Gaia Forced, whatever. But unlike Shinegreymon, you can actually attack them with some of your free guys. You know, you can attack them with a Vmon and not care so much. You can attack them with a Gabumon and not care so much. It might actually help you because it might bait out a Gaia Force early, and then you can just destroy them with UlforceVeedramon in your breeding area. That's kind of the approach I take with that matchup, and it works fine. And try to set up your boards so they have different stuff. You have different stuff going on, you know, different things. Hard play Monzimon, you know, whatever. Hard play Zunomon, whatever, so you don't lose to Alteress. And just keep different names on the field. And really, it's fine. It's a winnable matchup if you play intelligently and you know what you're doing. That's it, guys. That's your UlforceVeedramon deck profile for set 1.5. This deck definitely has what it takes to beat the best, and I look forward to seeing you guys giving this a try and letting me know how it goes. If you guys have any feedback or recommendations on how to make this deck better, or you've done something different with the deck that has worked for you, let me know in the comments. I'm always excited to see what you guys have to say, and I don't mind learning a thing or two, so let me have it. That'll do it for today, though. You guys take care. See you later.